They need you because they have overrun them by population. They need you for them to be able to achieve whatsoever they want to achieve in that state. Because that is what we are suffering today. We are trying to face our problem. If the problem is too big for us to face, I do not want other people to face what we are facing today. But by the special grace of God, we will overcome someday. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That one now from Edo State too. Hey, Martinelli, they around. Martinelli. Una the year una brothers, eh? You see the level at which the tribal hatred, politically sponsored, though, all of these things are politics. So, but there are people who kind of have been sucked in because they believe they are doing it to preserve their. I'm trying to preserve my culture, new. I'm trying to. We have to defend our. We have to make sure that these people are coming for us. So these Igbo people. It's so sad that there are actual people who think it's real enough, right? That they live, they breathe this hatred because they are so convinced. Some of them are watching me now. Well, my ego, you don't understand. Go and read. See, go and ask Azikiwe. Even if you know what Azikiwe, some of you will be like, when you meet the Igbo bigot, Igbo tribal bigot too, right? See, my brother, this is the first time I'm hearing a Yoruba man speak the truth. A bigot. He won't really agree that he's a bigot, but that's how to recognize them. When an Igbo man tells you, man, this is the first time I'm seeing an honest Hausa man. This is not the first time. He is a typical bigot to make you feel like, oh, you are saying something I like. I like that. And the same thing too, when you see the typical, what do you call it? When you see the typical Yoruba bigot as well, who can easily pass on that and say, you see how this Igbo, and all of that, because to them, they have been so overfed with all this hatred. Awolowo don't die. Azikiwe don't die. You are alive today, right? And the most you learn from them is how divided or how they struggle to divide themselves. And you are doing the same thing right now, but you are not a bigot. So these guys who are sponsoring these ideas, they continue to feed. It's like force feed. It's true, Jare, man. We were having a chat with some of my guys yesterday. And somebody said, but my ego, let's be honest too. Hi. If you see what some of the things that some of these Igbo people are writing about Yorubas on Twitter, hey, it will take you a lot of emotional intelligence, this so and so patience, not to react. I'm glad to some of you who have managed to keep your composure when you read some of these provocative things, supposedly from some Igbos, right? And then you just keep it in like, be like, see what this guy, the writer, say about Yoruba. You know what? I'll just kind of consider it as their ignorance and just block them. Oh, look at what this person is writing about the Igbos. You see, those who can compose themselves enough, right? Not to be provoked to that, not to be baited, to begin to say, I've heard things about Igbos too. Oh, I've heard things about Yorubas too. You can't say that thing about the Igbos and think I don't know what to say about Yorubas. You can't say what you are saying about the Igbos, about the Yorubas, and you think I don't know what to say about the Igbos, Abi. Me too, I have heard something. Now, because Nigeria is a place where, you see, this division is real. The criminal political class feeding from it, okay? They have devised means. You have them on the Igbo side. You have them on the Hausa side. You have them on this Fulani side. You have the Yoruba side. And those who are milking who are using that for their own political gains on social media, where a lot of people can actually be faceless, right? Where these trolls and betas are there. It takes an emotional intelligence indeed to handle it. Somebody says something about the Yorubas, and I know it's completely lie. It's a complete lie. I am to be provoked so that I can say something back. How dare you say that about the Yorubas? Now, so now they talk. Now, so now they talk, say this or that. But guess what you are doing? you are perfectly activating the baiting, the tribal baiting, the ethnic baiting. And it is working, That's why I'm talking to those of you who have the emotional intelligence enough to hold it back. No, you won't tempt me. Miss Satani. This post, this particular post I'm watching, I'm looking at, is a bait. They want me to react as a Yoruba man, but I won't. I won't feed the troll. This post is a bait. They want me to react as an Igbo man. They actually want me to say horrible things too. No, I'm not going to say it. I am not going to engage it. That takes an emotional intelligence, I promise you. They are out there. Anybody can say he's Emeka Chinedu. Anybody can say he's Adebayo, Adeyemi. And he can be out there for unprovoked. They will just wake up every morning and they will begin to roll out all these divisive, terrible things, horrible things that you'll be like, why are you writing this? What is the end goal? What do you really want to achieve? I just want to make sure that Yorubas are aware. I just want my fellow Igbo brothers to be aware of these people. Like, you want them to be aware and stay angry at themselves, while the criminals in Nigeria, from Igbo land, from Yoruba land, from Hausa land, Fulani, all lands across Nigeria, they are congregating and looting your common patrimony. So I see a lot too. I mean, if you're online, it's so hard not to react. Abi, I never really reacted. Yeah, some of them, you read them, you'll be like, oh, God damn it. What is this nonsense? Why are you writing? What is this? What do you want to achieve with this? They go on spaces, they go on there, they spew horrible things that you can ask yourself, what is the end goal? Why are you saying this about these people, about that people? Like, to what end? It is to attract reactions and keep the entire space toxic. Since you can't talk to yourselves, how can you then agree and face your enemies and face your criminal oppressors? Tell me. So it takes an emotional intelligence. So those of you who have it, you are not stupid though, for ignoring things that are not true about the Igbos being propagated by those who presented themselves as Yorubas. Having that emotional intelligence to know that these guys don't represent the Igbos. These ones don't represent the Yorubas I know. This will never be the Igalas I know. This will never be the Jaws I know. Things like that actually does help. When you stop feeding them, they will die naturally. And that person they are trying to make you an enemy of that you will never talk to. I will never see me. If I see a Yoruba man and I see a snake, I will kill a Yoruba man and I will let the snake go. Why do you feel like that? I swear to God, if I see an Igbo man and I see a lion, I will first say, why do you feel like that? Have you ever kind of questioned it? Like, you sit down and be like, except for all you have heard. Yeah, all you have heard. We all have heard a lot. Enough to make us hate ourselves, right? But why do you feel like that? Other than what they are saying. Because they want you to feel like that. Unfortunately, the Ronukus are meeting their match. We will continue to educate the people that these minute cretins will never represent the Omolua beast that a lot of people are so proud to associate with all over the world. So when I see the Ronukus and the rest of them fighting themselves that way, it's kind of it's kind of a pleasure to bring them on. Another wahala that they can even start burning houses or even start killing people soon is this issue of Samoa deal, LGBTQ stuff. Right now, it has completely smashed and ruined whatever is left of Tinubu's image among this Sharia North. But the hypocrisy therein also stinks. Before they make this public, okay, this deal, LGBT, this and that becomes this controversial, right? Back in Kano, there's been kind of an NGO, not just one, not two, there are a few of them already providing the support, counseling, and what do you call it again? All the kind of support they could give to the vulnerable people who are homosexuals. But I want to recruit to, what do they call those people? Hisba police. Hisba officers, where they cut people here because they do dread. Those ones where they arrested people because they are watching a football match or something like that. Those who are arresting and jailing people because they posted something on TikTok and all that, right? They recruited them to help sensitize the people why they should not discriminate against the people because of their sexual orientation. So where is all of this we no go agree coming from if it's already taking place in Kano? Okay, listen to this.
My first time of being in a situation like this, that first one was very, very shocking in a way. But as of this time around, I feel I'm dealing with my sisters and I'm dealing with my brothers. So that is it. Good morning. My name is Idris Ahmed Dama. I live in Kano. I'm from Kano and I work with Kano State Hisba Board. So as a medical officer, and I'm heading the unit as well. Yes.
Okay.
I've been.
Okay. And from that experience and this experience, what are the things that stood out to you?
My first time of being in a situation like this, that first one was very, very shocking in a way. So I just feel free now that this is my second time.
Yeah.
I think you understand. So that first time was in Abuja, so I couldn't even feel free for the first time. So, but getting closer to LGBTQ persons, so I later realized that there are people like me and they are human like me. So, but as of this time around, I feel I'm dealing with my sisters and I'm dealing with my brothers. So that is it. Yeah. See, the reports are excellent. Why? Because, just as I said, we are all human. I think you understand. So, and we need equal treatment, and this is exactly where the problems comes in. When you have two children and you decide that you treat one bad and treat the other one with good side of it, so you see that the gap and the differences will show, and you are putting injustice in your family. I think you understand. So the issue of LGBTQ persons in Nigeria, at least they're supposed to be handled the way they handle other community people, and I believe the report is always the same. How are these people has to be carried along with other individuals and other Nigerians. So the result is excellent. I can't go into
Nigeria.
Yeah, I believe so. Why? Because just as I said, we are all Nigerians and we need equal treatment and backup.
Sure.
So I believe with this advocacy now, our lawmakers has to think about the law passed before, and if there's any need of amendment, they should think over it. I think you understand. So the organizers, I'm thanking the organizers of this program for making it possible for me as a Hisba representative to be here. There are many other organizations. You see that none of them were here, but Hisba is recommended because they know the importance of Hisba and they know the works of Hisba. I think you understand. So it's a very big achievement, and I'm very, very proud and great.
I think that it's very important to keep questioning some things that we have been told. Some are norms, some are things that we just found and we just went with it. So it's difficult for us to just hear things and swallow and decide that it's right. For me now, I think that the world has lost its humanity. They've lost it. We've lost it. If you can stone a human being because they say it's lesbian or gay or bisexual or trans or intersex, you are sick. Something is wrong. Because for me, it is first humanity.
I know there are so many of us who probably feel uncomfortable because of your religious and cultural, traditional, this or that. But there are some things you need to know as well. Pretending that there are no gays in Nigeria, okay, is actually not going to make it like, yeah, there are no gays in Nigeria. Having the mindset to say, oh, yeah, they always, you attack anybody that says it's gay, we attack them and the rest of that. Again, that too will never also let people who are homosexuals disappear. They are there. They're just going to have to be operating under the radar. They are your brothers. They are your sisters. They are our brothers. They are our sisters. I put it that way because they are mostly people you know who have been able to hide it from you for so long. And I'm not here to tell you how, I don't really want to talk about how you feel alone. I'm talking about their existence. They exist. So, and I'm not providing any solution or whatever about that. I'm just saying that there are those who have already built capital around that. The number of the homosexuals in Nigeria that are now coming out is increasing. So you see that to fiaka that we will always do, God forbid, and all of that stuff. All of that will not make their existence, right, disappear. They exist. And I have to tell you, in their millions. Some of them will tell you they are bisexuals. They have sex with men, they have sex with women. But out of what somebody's sexual orientation is, okay? These are like normal people like yourself, like me, like you. So now, the conversation around their rights and all of that stuff should, in my own opinion, it's like a human rights without having to put too much emphasis on it. Because of the sensitivity of it in a country like Nigeria. And that too, there are many Nigerians that don't care what is your sexual orientation, sincerely. There are many Nigerians. Nobody really cares whether you are gay or you are this or that, no. As long as you do not make passes at them when you know they are straight. Sure, you understand me now? So all this old condition of how to economically support a country hinged on the LGBT this or that and becoming the point of controversy, which is deliberate, kind of makes it more unacceptable to a lot of people. Even talking about it to some people is like, this is 2024. Denying their existence will never make it true. They exist. And there's no point in trying to kind of let people admit that they are humans too. And their sexual orientation is the least of anything. It's like me and you. Shana sex, you they think all day. For example, I am straight. I don't know about some of you too, right? I'm just saying, like, you are straight. There are so many other things you want to think about your life every day. You've got so many things to worry about. And sex is the last of it. But when we talk about this LGBT stuff, right? Or more, now that sex, go, they first go into. And I know that is what has fucked many people's mind up. And it became more unacceptable enough that putting so much searchlight on it the way they are doing right now is not helping that community. It is actually putting a target on their back. They want to turn us to gay. No, they are not turning you to gays. not turning you to homosexuals. You already have homosexuals there. There are some of you who will probably kill if you have a chance. There are rich ones that you can't even touch. So proper education without making it the highlight of why they want to give money to Nigeria would have saved a lot. But you just heard that there. Hisba board health officer is gay. He now knows better, he says. He said, people like me, with this, that's what they look like. They are humans like you. I don't understand that level of hatred because of their sexual orientation. I know I'm kind of sounding somehow to some of you, right? Am I going to disagree with that? Don't say that in public, Alaye. Disagree with what is that's some level of phobia that is so unnecessary. And that is why for a country like Nigeria, emphasis on it the way they are doing shouldn't even advise. Tinubu shouldn't have even touched anything like that. But the hypocrisy too. The hypocrisy of people who are like, in fact, somebody said most of the people who are so cringy about homosexuals, right? So many of them are pretty much homosexuals too, who are hiding it. We've seen a lot. I am trying to make you understand something, that denying something, denying the existence of something will never actually make it true. Whenever it is, especially when it is real. They don't teach people to be homosexuals. I have kind of, from all the researches, so they know they teach you. You just have to kind of follow your feelings, as they say, without making it a ritual disorder. But if the law in Nigeria says it is a crime, that simply means they are vulnerable, they are not protected, and they will be jailed 14 years if they openly practice it. So why poke the bear? But again, the gay community, like I said, which some of them are watching me too, all right? They probably feels like it is a fight that needed to be fought anyway. Last, they will need to be given that the right that, if you harm them, if you touch them, you will be the one to go to jail, not them. Okay? If you see them, if you see anyone, like you have a pedophiles, like you have rapists, as normal people, you say normal people, straight people, right? So if anybody commits any sexual violence because of their sexual orientation, they go down for it. There are so many things to occupy your minds with, but Nigeria, especially a place where they said, the reasons why our forebearers, this is why they had so many children, was because there were not many distractions, not many entertainment to take the mind of our grandparents away and get them busy. So the only exercise they had was just sex. So most of us who are descendants of these generations, right? It is almost unimaginable to now imagine having sex with the same sex people, right? But there are so many things to distract your mind right now. Leave sex out of it for now and face that. There are more challenges though, right? I'll leave that one there and go to the next one. Talking about challenges. Somebody felt so strong enough that they decided to just kind of offer. I won't use the word that will kind of trigger some level of, oh, you know what, remove it. So this one happened in Abuja.
The only person who will give the best advice to the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his team. By staying alive, you can come up with ideas. We have seen your cry, your plight, all that you have written. On the ground here, we have federal government well represented. The FCT administration is well represented. The press are here to make sure this message goes viral. It will go down to the How will you feel if you have children, you have a wife, you have a father or a mother, and you want to abandon them and go away? No man is an island. You cannot say you are helpless or you are useless. No.